Two families buy the same house, the same model on the same street for the same price, with the same mortgage down to the dollar. A year later, the Hales are hosting a barbecue in their backyard. You can hear it through the window. You're at the kitchen table, reading a letter from the bank. Same house, same price, different fate. The difference is a bill that was never on the listing. Your starter home might cost $150,000 in Ohio or $700,000 in California. It does not matter where you live or where you land on this ladder. Find your house on it, because the bill underneath every rung works exactly the same. The price tag is not the cost of a house. The price tag is the cover charge. Buy the last house on this ladder, you will not own it. It will own you. House 1, $150,000. The starter. This is the cheapest house on the ladder and the one most people start at. The mortgage is $1,050 a month. You can cover that in your sleep, and for the first time, you feel like an adult who made it. Then, month 4, the water heater dies. $1,400. On a Tuesday with no warning. That is the day you meet the rule nobody says at the closing table. Here is the rule. Every year, a house quietly eats about 1% of its price just to keep standing. The roof, the pipes, the furnace, the 1,000 parts you never think about. And the property tax and the insurance sit on top of that, and they never stop. So here is the version that works in any city at any price. Take what your house is worth and multiply it by 3%. For every $100,000 of house, that is about $3,000 a year you will never see on the listing. More in high-tax states, less in cheap ones, never zero. Do it right now on your own house. The number you just landed on is the second mortgage nobody told you about. And from here, it only grows. Your wife, Elena, runs the numbers at the kitchen table. We can still do this, she says, and you can. Barely. That is a trap of the starter, affordable enough to make you believe the next one will be too. The down payment was the cheap part. House 2, $300,000. The hidden bill. This is the house most families actually land on. The one with the room for a kid and a yard for a dog. The mortgage is $2,100 a month, and you budgeted for exactly that number. Then the real number arrives. The property tax is $3,600 a year. The insurance is $1,800. The upkeep at 1% is $3,000. Add it up, divide by 12, and that is about $700 a month sitting on top of the mortgage you bragged about. Every month, forever, before you turn on a single light. You did not buy a payment. You bought a subscription. And like every subscription, it is small enough to ignore and permanent enough to hurt. Greg, your agent, said the magic words at the signing. You can afford this. He was right. About the mortgage. He said nothing about the rest because the rest is not his job. The rest is yours, and nobody hands you that bill until the keys are already in your hand. You do not buy a payment. You buy a subscription. House 3, $500,000. The Escrow Shock. This is the house where you find out your fixed rate mortgage is not fixed. Here's how it works in plain English. Your monthly payment has the loan inside it, but it also has your property tax and your insurance bundled in. The bank holds that money in an account called escrow and pays those two bills for you. Your loan rate never changes. But the tax bill and the insurance bill go up almost every single year. So one ordinary morning, a letter comes. The county raised your taxes. The insurer raised your premium. The bank did the math again, found you came up short, and your payment jumps from $3,500 a month to $3,950. Overnight, $450 more for the same house, the same loan, the same you. Nothing about you changed. The bill did. You read the letter twice looking for the mistake. There is no mistake. This is just a part of owning that no one explains until it is your turn. A fixed rate does not mean a fixed payment. House 4, $750,000. The upgrade. This is the house you buy when the income is good and you want the room over the garage and the yard that backs to the trees. Greg calls it your forever home. You believe him. The carrying cost is its own animal now. About $7,500 a year in taxes, $3,500 in insurance, $7,500 in upkeep. Roughly $1,500 a month on top of the mortgage before a light turns on. But the upgrade does not only take your money, it takes your time. 3,000 square feet does not clean itself. The yard that sold you the house wants your Saturdays. The trees drop into the gutters. the bigger furnace cost more to fix. You wanted more house. What you got was more to maintain, and the more there is, the more of you it asks for. You used to own a house. Now the house has a staff of one, and it is you. More house, more master. House 5, $1 million, the big repairs, 7 figures of house. The neighbors think you are rich, and on paper, you are. Then the big numbers start landing. Not the steady drip of upkeep, but the rare, brutal ones. The roof is $25,000. The heating and cooling system is $12,000. These do not show up on a monthly budget. They show up all at once on the worst possible week, and you cannot skip them because a house without a roof is not a house. This is the rung where you learn a quiet number. Almost half of homeowners, 47%, say they regret the house they bought. Not because they hate it, because of exactly this. The surprises. You can afford the mortgage. You proved that for years. What you could not see coming was a $25,000 week. You have the income. You do not have the cushion. Those are two different kinds of rich. You can afford the house. You cannot afford the surprises. House 6, $1.5 million. House poor. This is the dream house, the one in the photos. And it is where you learn the words house poor, which mean exactly what they sound like. You live in a mansion and you have nothing in the bank. The insurance alone is now about $8,000 a year, up by half in just a few years because storms and rebuilding cost more everywhere. The property tax is $18,000. The pool you had to have runs $600 a month just to stay blue. Your money is not gone. It is trapped, poured into walls and a roof and a yard. Your net worth looks enormous on a statement, but you cannot eat a hallway. You cannot spend a kitchen. Every dollar you own is standing very still in the shape of a house while your checking account runs on fumes. Elena stops saying, "We can do this." She starts saying nothing, which is worse. It is not an asset if it eats every paycheck. House 7, $2 million, owned, the top of the ladder. The view, the address, the 6,000 square feet, and the rung where the whole thing finally turns over and shows you what it always was. The non-mortgage cost, just the taxes, the insurance, the upkeep, is about $33,000 a year. That is a second income going straight into the house every year on top of the mortgage. The utility bill hits $1,000 in the worst months. There's a $40,000 repair you keep postponing because even here, even now, you do not quite have it. You own 6,000 square feet. You live in 4 rooms. The rest you heat, insure, tax, and dust for no one. You did not buy this house. 1 water heater, 1 escrow letter, 1 $25,000 roof at a time. The house bought you. Every rung promised that the next one would finally feel like arriving. Every rung quietly took one more thing back. At the top, you do not own the home. You are just the longest tenant. Somewhere right now, someone signs for their first house. Maybe it is $150,000 in a small town. Maybe it is $700,000 in a city. The number is different. The grin is the same. They scream. They cry a little. They take a photo of the keys. They do not know about the water heater that dies in month 4. They do not know the word escrow or the letter that comes in 18 months or the $3,000 a year per 100,000. The house takes just to keep standing. They see only the keys in their hand and a door that is finally theirs. They are standing on their rung looking up, certain the hard part is over. The house does not change at every price.